This past week, coming back from Plano, Texas, where I was previewing for you guys many vehicles from Toyota coming this year. The big one, well, one of the bigger ones, I think, was the Corolla Cross refresh, especially the looks that the hybrid got were absolutely incredible. And now, while I was essentially doing a walk around on that vehicle, Honda came out with a refreshed HRV, the direct competitor to the Corolla Cross. So in today's video, I'm going to break down the new HRV as well, and definitely stay to the end because I'm going to talk about if I think the HRV is a good buy here in 2025 with the price increases and the updates or lack thereof on the new Honda HRV. Guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more Honda updates. I will be driving the new CRV. Well, I shouldn't say all new. It's not new like the RAV4 is new, for example, but the CRV is getting a trail sport soon. So I will be driving it within a few weeks from now. So if you guys are excited for the content, make sure you are locked in, subscribed on the channel. So let's get into this new HRV. Honda's Gateway SUV gets a larger touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability and a wireless phone charger. It's hard to say what grade this is, but this is more than likely the base screen now. This is what the base screen used to look like, which I had a tuning dial. It still had the phone connect button, which you have right here. There's just more functionality here. The screen is bigger. It's prettier. It's got the wireless functionality. Man, why can't they just keep all these buttons here with the from the old screen and include it here with the newer high resolution wireless capable screen? All right. But I would say overall it's probably an upgrade. Would you guys agree? Are you going to miss all these buttons on the base HRV Sport as well in the LX model? I think had this. I think you had to get to the EX model to get the bigger, nicer screen. Styling enhancements, which exterior and interior upgrades further increase appeal of award-winning second generation HRV. So let's get into these exterior upgrades. Well, if they're upgrades at all, because guys, you need a trained eye to be able to spot these updates. And man, are they very, very minor. All right, so down below is a 2023 HRV and above is a 2026 HRV. And we're both looking at the sport models here for direct comparison. We used to have like these 3 additional claddings at the bottom. Whether you like them or not, it doesn't matter. But this is the change. This is it. Like they got rid of the extra detail on the bottom of the bumper and they colored it a little bit darker. That's the only change actually I see on the back. Actually, they may have, and maybe they included the blackout package here on this model, and there's the high reflective Honda badge here. And I remember that also, I think, being on the new CRV, the new refreshed CRV, which is a very, very minor refresh, but it also has darked out badges, but the Honda logo is still reflective. So it's a bit strange in my opinion. All right, you black out half the badges, but you leave the other half still glossy and shiny. It just doesn't match. All right, now you can get it blacked out, but that's an extra cost. It shouldn't be an extra cost. On the top is the EXL model, which is the range topper, and I just want to compare the back ends between the Sport. The Sport gets a visible exhaust tip, and the EXL does not have any visible exhaust. It's down there, but you have to really look under the vehicle to see it. To me, I think the Sport looks better. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, below is a 2023 EXL. Do we have updates on the front of the vehicle? Here's a 2026 EXL up front. Honestly, I don't see any differences between a 26 and to 23. All right, it's possible as I look here that this is matte now, where in the past it was glossy at the very bottom of the vehicle. All right, so it's hard to say for sure, but honestly, like, who cares? Matte versus glossy at the very bottom, very people are going to see that. And then I want to compare the front of the Sport in versus the front of the Sport in the previous gen. It looks pretty much identical, except this piece in the middle looks like it's silver instead of the glossy black it had. And it's matte black on the outside, matte black on the outside. That hasn't changed. But like the bottom from 23, or should I say a 25 even, to a 26, we had extra detail here, and that's all been stripped away. It seems like this little piece that I don't know was probably glued on, they just took that out of there. Okay. Does it look cleaner? Maybe, but it also doesn't have that extra detail to it. Again, you could say Honda's saving a penny or two by not putting this little detail on the front and the back of the new HRV Sport. Another upgrade here is a wireless phone charger now being standard. You have different finishes on the LX and Sports wheels. Also, you have larger machine finish 18-inch wheels on the EXL. That's these wheels right here. Hey, AB, I'm working. Sorry about that. AB snuck into the office while we're finishing up this video. We're getting close to winding this down. All right. Solar reflection metallic and striking boost blue pearl paint colors are a nice welcome addition. Privacy rear glass now standard on all trims. That's great. What does that mean? Well, it's essentially tinted from the factory on the back windows and the rear windshield. Gloss black tailgate badging on the Sport. Silver steering wheel spokes on the EXL. No one's going to notice that. Dynamic climate control knob lighting on the EXL. I like this. It's seen on the ADX, for example. Why do I mention the ADX? Well, the ADX is built in Mexico alongside of this vehicle and on the Acura end. And in the ADX, when you turn the knobs to the left to make it cooler, they illuminate blue. And if you turn it to the right to make it hotter, they illuminate red. I really like that touch. Front footwell lighting on the EXL. It's great. All right, key HRV features. Well, I'd say everything else is essentially carryover. All right, independent rear suspension. It is one of the best handling in its class. Responsive 2-liter engine. I don't know if I would call it responsive. It's very, very anemic, this powertrain, and it doesn't get good fuel economy. AB, I love you. He's coming straight back. He's like, Dad's working. I want to be in it. Well, are you guys ready to compare the pricing between 25 to 26? Is it any surprise that it's going to be an increase here? We're getting on the base trims, guys, an increase of nearly $1,000, $800 from LX to LX in just one model year. Can you think tariffs? Can you think inflation? Of course. All right, Sport model, $500 increase. This is the deal on the new HRV. This is the one to get, in my opinion. If you need to have leather, then you get the EXL. The LX is a worse buy than it was before because of the base price skyrocketing, and then the other trim levels going $500, $550. It's still a tough sell because the Corolla Cross Hybrid exists. Now, the Corolla Cross Hybrid is probably harder to find than an HRV, and Honda dealers are much more likely to deal on this car than a Toyota dealer on a Corolla Cross Hybrid. But just to give you an idea, the top Corolla Cross Hybrid is like $85. I don't know, just looking at it, $85 more than an EXL all-wheel drive. Corolla Cross Hybrid has an additional somewhere around 40 horsepower. It's way faster, and it gets you get from like 25 miles per gallon on the EXL here to 40 miles per gallon. Honda absolutely needs to bring their 2-liter hybrid to the HRV. It's really, really crushing them to an extent. Sales are still good on the HRV, but Toyota, it's just unfortunate that Toyota essentially owns this mid-size, or should I say subcompact crossover market, with at least on the powertrain end. Hyundai and Kia never brought in their hybrid systems for the Kona or the Seltos. Even though, like, you could say the Kia Niro has a hybrid, and that kind of is a competitor in this segment, I would agree with that. But it is still very, very underpowered. But at least it gives you that crazy fuel economy, or mid 40s to upper 40s, maybe even more on the Kia Niro hybrid. It's just really slow. Feels like an old Prius. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's very efficient and practical. But the Corolla Cross, guys, it looks way better. Still looks way better than the HRV, and that's something when the HRV came out, I'm like, why does it look like this? I still struggle with the looks, like I struggle with the looks of the Accord. HRV should look like this. It should have the styling of the bezel slash HRV in other markets. Now you might think, Kirk, this says the HRV. The HRV and the Vezel used to be the exact same vehicle. And then the next generation, what we have right now, of the HRV. In Japan, they call that the ZRV. The HRV is widely known as the Vezel in many markets, and it does have a hybrid system in it. Now, I think it might be the 1.5 liter hybrid, but even then, I would still take a 1.5 liter hybrid to be offered alongside of the 2 liter non-hybrid. Ideally, it would be the 2 liter hybrid with 204 horsepower, around 200 horsepower, I should say, that we see in the Civic hybrid. And we're still waiting on that. As we're still waiting on Honda's large platform hybrids, but at least we know those are coming. Those will be coming in 2027. We're still 2 years away from an Odyssey hybrid. Oh, God, give me an Odyssey hybrid. Please, dear Lord. Really want it. Pilot, Passport hybrids, Ridgeline hybrids would be great as well. But no hybrid still in the HRV, and it doesn't look anywhere as good as this Vezel. It should have just been a slightly sized up Vezel with this styling for our market. Instead, I still don't know what to think. It doesn't look good. I know that for sure. The HRV that we have now, all right, and the styling updates they made to it, you could argue are step backs, all right, because they took some of the detail, especially out of the sport model. Okay, so guys, let me know what you think down below of the HRV, the price hikes that we've got on it, and do you think? From the side, it looks amazing. All right, it's just from the front and the back, it's pretty ugly. But let me know what you guys think about the 2026 HRV. I'll have another video on the CRV pricing, I believe, coming soon, if I get around to it. I'm still in the process of unpacking and moving, and that's going to be a daily grind in the new house for probably a few weeks, maybe a month. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's a grind. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay tuned for more Honda updates, and have a great day.